Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Face the TV here with me, DK, and James, the StarSeries XII NIP. That's right, the Swedish ninjas in pajamas are going to be playing against the French side, Epsilon, in a moment.
Hi.
How's it going, James?
I was eating beef jerky, sorry.
He likes beef jerky. God damn it, James. Why you got to eat beef jerky? We're going live and everything. Where's the professionalism?
I'm done.
You're done with the beef jerky?
I'm done.
Okay. You know what I found? So in the break, I don't know what you guys did in the break, but I don't know what street it was, but I went walking around in London. We're pretty central here, off of Carnaby Street, and I found a 70s store, and they had loads of top hats, fedoras, that works. I almost spent loads of money, but I stopped myself. Our producer pulled me out there, and I'm still standing, but I might want to go back later. I think we should get top hats, James, for the show.
What is it with you and hats? What's the deal there?
Hats are great.
I suppose they are.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Actually, James was sleeping during the break, so recharging whilst I was looking at top hats.
I stayed here, let this man roam the streets on his own. Sounds like it was a bad idea.
Yeah, well, it always is, isn't it? It always is.
Yes, it is.
But it's London, so you discover new things all the time. It's great. Either way, I think we're ready to jump into the match pretty swiftly here between these two sides. I think we should be able to...
Have we introed the match?
I did, James. If you weren't still sleeping, maybe you would have picked up on the words coming out of my mouth.
Who's playing?
NIP and Epsilon.
Okay.
And we should have some odds to show you guys as well for this match, and we'll have to check out what you guys think. I'm going to predict 70-30 for NIP. That's my prediction across the board. 70-30. Where are you at?
I'm thinking 80% nip.
80% nip.
I'm going to say 80.
Well, we're gonna leave it a bit of suspense there before we show the odds, so we can see whether we're right or not. But do you have any prediction for this match apart from those are your odds? But how do you think it's really going to go?
It's best of three. I mean, it's hard to say.
Nip looked pretty good earlier. I mean, okay, they weren't against the top teams.
Exactly. So I'm curious to see how they will do versus what should be a stronger team here. And we have seen stronger performances from Epsilon than we have in the past. So it's, anything can happen here.
Oh, no, you win. You win.
Of course I win, Dan. Of course I win. I win all the coin flips, and I win with the odds as well.
That's a strange definition of winning.
Hey, you win or you lose, right? I win. What can I say?
He manipulates the results.
No, that's not true. We had independent adjudicators.
There are no independent adjudicators. That's a great word, adjudicators. I don't hear that used very often, so thanks for that, James.
You're most welcome.
All right. So I guess we're waiting for Epsilon, I think.
Why don't we have a look at group pages?
Oh my God, that's a great idea. That's why we have you on this show.
Yes,
let's have a look at the groups. We can see how StarSeries is looking. It's a new season, new format, which is great because I think this is an improvement on the old format, which was just like slamming loads of teams and just everyone duking it out in like a huge round robin.
The old format was crazy. I think once we saw like 10 games in one day or something.
Okay, let's go in the game then. Screw it, knife round.
Yeah, it's time for the knife, so we'll have to look at the group pages later.
Keeping them on their toes. They don't know what's up at the moment, James. They don't know what's going on. It's madness.
What's going down in Chinatown?
I don't know. But we are going to have ourselves the knife round. So I still have nothing insightful to say on knife rounds.
I wasn't expecting you to finish that sentence with knife rounds.
Well, it's over now.
I thought you just had nothing insightful to say, Dan.
Well, I just throw things out there and hope, I pray that something sticks to the wall and has some amount of use.
Okay, so Epsilon on the CT side, it seems. What do you think we can expect from our two authors here?
Well, the thing is that now NIP have Maikelele, they can play their T side a little bit differently. For example, if you look at Kenny S or JW from Titan and from Fnatic, they are actually able to entry frag quite effectively with the AWPs on the T side. So this is something that perhaps now NIP could actually put to work. However, if they feel like their just straight up AK game is strong enough by itself, they don't have to do that. Also depends on how aggressive Epsilon play with their AWPers and how much map control they try to take. Because if they try to go aggressive on map control, having an AWP as the Ts, suddenly becomes much better as well. So it's a bit of both. It's a bit of both. So we'll have to see now, as we're in the pistol round, how things are going to go. Friberg on banana. pretty standard there. But Epsilon have 3 players ready on this side of things, so passive opening here for NIP as they try to assess what's going on.
So we've got almost armor all round for the Epsilon side as Biggie takes out Friberg with a shot to the head. The only person who doesn't have it is going to be GMX, who is rolling with the defuse kit right now. So 5 against 3 as Forrest does manage to get a frag back. And he is going to be in a crossfire setup unbeknownst to him. It's going to find the connection onto Biggie, but FXO going to get the trade there. Makes it 3 versus 2 here as the bomb starts to approach the B bomb site. Get right, last man standing. Going to take out FXO. Should be able to get the plant here, although GMX is close. He is behind the smoke, however, so he's going to probably wait for his teammate so they can have a 2-pronged assault into this bomb site with a 1-man advantage. Get right, just going to play the listening game as he holds an angle on to the ruins. Just eliminating all the potential spots. Get right, had a chance for a 1v1 there. Didn't get the connection though. Scream going to just run in and do what Scream does on pistol rounds. Shoot people in the face.
And chickens, apparently.
He deserved to die.
Alright, so CT start here for Epsilon. Definitely looking quite decent so far, winning the pistol round. However, we are seeing an array of Tech 9s and PD50s coming into play here for NIP as they go for a bit of a light investment. Going to be able to buy up in the next round. So if they do some damage here, force some rebuys from Epsilon, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. There's no armor on NIP, and up they go, slowly. Up banana. Epsilon are waiting. Is there going to be a flash over for the peak? There it is. And ooh, no frags coming in. There is one. Is he able to fall back just barely? 24 health left. The smoke goes down. Biggie going to take his position and gun the rest down. Excellent play from the B players of Epsilon, Biggie and Uzzziii.
Good timing play there. You can see the ninjas were being quite quiet on Banana as well. You have to assume that you know, sometimes in those situations you can have an extra man on the CT side sent over to B early on in the round. So they may have assumed that that might have been the play there from the CT. So they're going to be quiet to give the impression that nobody is potentially on Banana. So that rotation goes back towards A. So they're facing 2 rather than 3 into the 3rd round, and it's going to be the buy coming out here. The force buy for ninjas. You can look at their nades. You can see they've got a few smokes, a few flashes. That's about it. So we've got 2 people pushing up Banana at the moment. Just a slow emergence here, getting a bit of map control. See if Forrest goes for this duel. Indeed he will, and he will tag FXO for 25. FXO though going to take him out of the round completely.
This is really nice. I mean, because Epsilon, what NIP want is them to fall back a bit. They want FXO to actually go back a bit so they can make the round a bit more obscure. But NIP, they can't take middle, so now they're kind of forced to try to play together on middle because they're lacking the map control. So this is really nice play from Epsilon to hold on like this.
Bomb has been detected by the CTs. That's going to cause the rotation to come through from the 2 B players, as you can see there. Go back to the action on the A site, though. And it's going to be a clean round there for the CTs. No losses whatsoever. That's a great start for Epsilon, especially early on in this round when the economy is going to be so important. They're going to want to build it up as much as possible. So if they do start to lose rounds later on, they can still buy. You can see they're all going to be starting this round with 5,000 in the bank with that full buy. Going to be a full eco from ninjas, just a few pistols here and there, a smoke and a flash on Xizt. So they may have a plan for a set play to try and get a bomb plant here at least. Have nades coming down Banana, and those are going to take out Friberg. That'll be a follow-up Molotov as well, just to slow them down. Uzzzii's going to run through it to give him a false sense of security.
Oh my days, he just goes for it. Uzzziii doesn't care. He's a manly man. A lumberjack in the past life. But you know what, FXO, from what we've seen from Epsilon recently, he's actually been really pulling his weight, like more than that. He's actually been doing really good performances. And again, it's always funny because they're like, oh, they dropped and he's so toxic. Hey, welcome back, welcome back. But he's been doing a great job. He's locking down Arch side at the moment, and they're going to see the AWP from Maikelele. Here we go. Flash over, FXO, not looking for a deep peek there. Only able to spot second mid from the peak that he used the flash for. And another 3-man play at the start of the round from Epsilon on B. Looking for the trades here, and they know that they can get a good advantage here if it's just Friberg pushing, which often it can be with NIP. But there's Maikelele with that AWP in front and hits the shot. Good stuff. Very good there for NIP now. But there is still a player behind the car. Do they realize? Uzzziii in a very good position, goes up and he instantly gets taken down by Xizt. That is very nice for NIP now as they are able to push the site. There's still GMX though. The next obstacle for them in this B take. Off to the back. They must scan the site for the last player. There it is. Friberg with the frag. Epsilon now locked out of the site. Looking perhaps for the exits or the save now. As this is surely a near impossible task. Oh no, Scream's going to get caught in the side here. Oh, wow, Get Right's like camping in the corner of the A bomb site. That's that's hilarious. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, he's just in the last place you ever think he might be, and there he is. It's like he's lost almost.
Yeah, he's just like...
He just doesn't know where he's going.
It like almost doesn't reflect what's happening in the round. He's just like crouching in the corner there. Like the bomb was planted on A or something. But that's amazing to see. Okay, so Epsilon now going to lose a round. The first round, so NIP bringing themselves back into the mix here. And largely capitalizing on the aggressive play of Epsilon on Banana. I mean, NIP had Maikelele there, ready for the peak. And I think it was Uzzziii behind the car. He wasn't able to get the frags they needed.
No, but the first CT who fell to Maikelele, he was peeking without any flash from a teammate. There were 3 of them there at one point at least. Which may have been the difference in getting tagged and not getting tagged. I mean, his teammate can still hide behind a car in that situation if the third player. You can see they've gone for a 3-2 setup as well in favour of the extra man on the B site. You know, if the third player flashes him in, then it makes it even less obvious that Uzzziii might be behind the car in that situation. So I think it could have been a bit of a safer play there from the CTs, but there we go. It's all in the past now. You can see Maikelele just jumping on sandbags there, trying to find someone to shoot in the face, but he's not going to get anything yet. You can see that little jump into the skybox, well, the human one, going to try and let him peek over the smoke. As Banana does get re-smoked in, we're going to have the net players flashing themselves in. It's going to be a great success. I think both people got flashed to some degree there. Maikelele a bit lost through the smoke. Biggie managing to pick up another weapon, and that's a really strong hold there from him. You know, that started out being really bad for Epsilon with that that flash on the other side of the smoke, which does go through the smoke, so they had no idea that was coming. Did manage to get a good hold out of it though.
I think Biggie went through like 3 weapons there, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works. This is kind of standard defense there. 5-1. It's getting quite remarkable. Forest with the AWP now instead of Maikelele. Gets the shot on FXio. The challenge on middle. And how can NIP use this now? The options that they have is certainly quite diverse. Getting the pick so early on. They know that it's very likely if they wait some time here that they're going to have a split 2 to a site. Friberg going to go in though. Oh, he gets 2 in a row, lining up for NIP. That's going to be the site take there for the Swedes now as they are ready to plant that bomb. And in fact, the bomb is actually quite far away. They weren't expecting such a series of actions to play out as they did. So we're going to have Epsilon just retreating, keeping Scream alive with that AWP. I have to say, I don't see Scream using the ult very much. Yeah, I don't ever remember really seeing Scream ever up. I mean, why would he? If he's got the right players on his team, you don't want Scream all things.
Absolutely.
He's a beast with the pistols and the rifles, so he is certainly the rifler that you want.
You can see the NIP players slowly emerging away from the site, but looking at their money, they can't really go for the hunts here because every death is going to be extremely expensive for them at this point in time. The Epsilon players are going to be able to buy it for the next round. Someone will have to drop for Uzzziii, and they should be good to go. So let's have a look.
I mean, I feel like NIP are going to get at least 10, 11 rounds, at least on the CT side. So whilst this is looking kind of good for Epsilon right now, I feel like NIP can be fairly happy if they get even 5 or 6 rounds because they're so damn good. Their CT is so good, especially against teams which play aggressively and don't have good strats.
This is a different NIP now though. So,
but I mean, the NIP that I looked at from DreamHack Winter, at least, I studied their setups, James. I studied them.
You're like a spy.
I'm a spy.
So it seems this is quite a consistent 3-man setup here on the B bomb site. They seem to have an idea because Nip keep pushing them as well. So let's see if there's a rotation coming in, because both players have fallen. They had a crossfire setup in apps and nobody got any kills there. That's going to cause a rotation from Nip and from the CTs as well. They're going to have to still leave one in the B bomb site here, so they're going to be stretched all over the place. They're not going to have any control of quad. Going to have some shots through the smoke there. That's going to be the bomb down as well, which will allow Biggie to rotate, but his rotation will be a long one. Fexio with a nice angle towards the kind of plant area. More frags coming in, 1-man advantage now. Never mind, that gets cancelled out. Uzzziii going to take down Forest. And last man standing, going to be Maikelele versus 2. Going to get up close and personal to the smoke. If they push this smoke, could get 3 frags.
Oh, wow, they predicted that. Wow, I was actually not expecting that as well as Maikelele, I think, because they know that he's left. They know he's AWPing. They know that he has some positions available. Let's say pit, let's say quad. So would you expect the AWPer to come very close behind the smoke, or would you expect him to go to those faraway positions? I think it's fairly obvious what the obvious choice is. So I think that's why Maikelele went so close with the AWP. But they I don't know if they had the read or if they could just see through the smoke there. But that was pretty brutal.
6-2 in favour of Epsilon now. And I think we're all going to be happy to see Epsilon doing so well so far this year. Definitely want them to be a competitive team going forward. I think we will see some stability from them now Titan have their new lineup. So we'll see how things continue here. Again, 3-man push here on the banana area. Now they've got the flashes coming in that were missing when Maikelele got that first pick. Biggie going to get tagged regardless of the flash, down to 15 HP. That's going to slow things down though. Nip going to be sent away from banana. Not sure if they had the inkling that they were facing 3 people there.
Is that smoke for Arch? Yeah, I just see the tracer there. That's quite cool from behind the kamikaze. But goes Maikelele with the AWP up now. Oh wow! Trips on a grenade.
Behind the kamikaze? What?
It's sure suicide Vietnam. I don't know what. I can't remember. Vietnam.
Vietnam. Yeah.
Vietnam. But he was in this position Friberg's in now when he threw the grenade. It actually, I think it was supposed to be for for Arch side there. Haven't seen that one before, but Friberg trying to flash his teammate in here towards B. NIP need an opening. They need it right now. There's 20 seconds left in the round. B is the site of choice. In they go. Xizt with the entry. Biggie though, he's been performing great so far on B, but it's not going to happen this time around. 3 on 3, 8 seconds left. The bomb needs to go down right now. FXio, can't quite scan for the bomber, and the bomb will get planted. Get right with another frag. It's a 2-on-2 now. NIP still in a troubling position. Low health on 2 players, and Epsilon are swarming them. Scream with 2 frags. Both headshots. Very well done by Scream. That's another round. This is looking quite dominant.
Look at the kills on FXio. And they're 7-2. GMX hasn't got a single kill yet.
Yeah.
Interesting, but FXio is beasting at the moment. As you said, he is playing very well for Epsilon. Indeed, he is on. But the thing is, sometimes he's going to be off, and you have to. Epsilon are going to have to raise their game, the rest of their team, when that happens. But for now, On is definitely working for him. You can see the Rec 9s coming out for Nip. We may see a Rec 9 train.
The funny thing is that GMX has 0 frags, despite his team having 7 rounds. Which is actually quite...
I did mention that.
But that's like... I don't understand.
Interesting, yeah.
That's like weird.
There's a hard carry there for FXio.
It is.
So tied and expired are the Glocks, and wired are the Tech 9s. As we can see 4 of them charging towards the A bomb site. FX are going to get a timing pick through the smoke there, which is going to make things a little bit easier. But that's the Glock. Still 4 Rec 9s to go.
Scream tapping away from Pit. Crossfires all around here as they clean house. 8-2. Epsilon looking great.
Get out of the way.
But still, as I said, this is NIP we're talking about. Once they get the CT half, they should be assured quite a strong side. I think that their style will work very well against Epsilon, but they really do need to get at least 5 or 6 rounds here. They really do. Can they do it, or can they create a dent right now? FXG are going to go for the aggressive peak in middle, not looking all the way towards the haystack.
Now they've started putting 3 at the beginning of the round on A, as opposed to 3 on B. So they're changing things up now as we get to the kind of
the
third part of this first half.
think he caught the tracer there. I think he also was trying to make the smoke have the tiniest of gaps as well to bait somebody out into the shot. But
it's quite interesting that FXO, he's putting his stamp all over the AWPing in this first half on the CT side. Maikelele has got 1 kill versus the 17 of FXO, but push is coming in towards the B side, but the bomb's still bottom mid actually. So looks like it was an attempted bait there. You can see the rotation from FXO, but 2 players still solidly in the pits area on the A side. So looks like a double fake here.
Yeah. Is this going to work though? I mean, Epsilon have their floating player still in CT spawn, so for all intents and purposes, they're still looking good. Biggie over by Paul, pretty good position, getting down quite low already. Nice bit of action there on the team play for these B players. Get right going in with the spray down, gets 2 players very quickly, and that's a 3-on-2 situation with the bomb to be planted. Epsilon looking for the retake now, as we have GMX coming in, trying to spray through. Gets nothing. Just trying to eliminate a position with the incendiary. As they try to make their way up now. Another incendiary to be placed at the back of the site. GMX goes in first. And he's going to spot the players over by coils. That's 2 frags for Epsilon. Can they do this? Get Right's the last man standing. Coming in from construction. 1-on-1 gets the headshot onto GMX. Can he find Scream? Not quite. Scream takes him down, but does he have the time? Oh, he doesn't quite have the time. That's going to be the bomb for NIP. Excellently done by them, but Epsilon, they are packing a punch right now. How did they get that close in that round?
Yeah, that was crazy with only 2 people going for the retake there. Unfortunately, GMX just got popped by Get Right at the end there, which allowed NIP to take the round. Wasted enough time, couldn't get the defuse. Going to be, very importantly, 4 M4s on the Epsilon side now. Can't afford the gun that has given FXO so many kills in this half. So have a look at how this changes things. No AWP on Maikelele either, actually. It's going to be an AWP-free round. AWP amnesty.
Just the map control plays here for NIP. Very slow and concerted effort for them.
This is a chance to break the CTs as well, looking at the money.
Yeah.
Things going to get difficult now for Epsilon if they lose this round.
Good pre-fire there from Maikelele into the smoke. Bit of spam. And now we have NIP with some level of control in apartments. They have Banana as well. They are eliminating grenades slowly from the CT defense. This is a standard around as they come, and now NIP are looking towards having that bomb back towards middle once again.
It's worth mentioning that the CT setup on the B site is continuously changing. Previously you saw Biggie last round, he was playing in the pool. Now he's boosted up here on top of the barrels, so going to be constantly unexpected as Friberg starts to run in. Just massive baiting going on here by Ninjas in Pyjamas, but the rotation is not coming at all from Epsilon. They seem to know something's up here. GMX getting frags towards the mid area. Have they seen the bomb yet though? They've got the bomb down in fact, and it's only Get Right over there to try and save this round for NIP.
There's no time. It's done. Scream just has to survive. It's over. Epsilon pick up another round. This is massive. As you said, this is incredibly key for NIP. They might actually be in a position now where it's going to be insanely difficult to bring this back.
That was an expensive round though for Epsilon. 4 players dying, so let's have a look at the money once this full bars come out. Biggie having to go for the FAMAS now. And we do have 4 Rec 9s. We do have armor though on NIP. That's really important. That's going to make their Rec 9s a bit stronger. Going to give them a bit more vitality as this charge might come towards B. Again, we've got the CTs going back to 3-man setup early, but the rotation coming in from GMX over to the A bomb site as the Rec 9s start to charge, led by the AK.
Biggie there. First Oranges does take 1 frag down. Indeed, Xizt with that entry on the AK. Absolutely critical. Straight through the smoke. Epsilon, no fear at all as they look for those Swedes behind all the crates and crevices of the B bomb site. There is Epsilon's FXO with 1 frag. Being played with now. But Epsilon are taking the kills. Get Right and Forrest, the last 2 players standing. And there is so much time on the bomb. This is an easy cleanup, it would seem, for Epsilon and NIP with that force buy. I mean, they got the bomb down, which is great, but they spent all their money there.
Yeah, money's a bit tight now on the Swedish side. No Bila for them.
I think it was a smart choice though, because they know how far behind they are, and if they just E-code at this point, they're going to be giving away around for sure. And as we can see, like, you know, okay, actually they are actually going for a full eco now, so interesting that they
still no
went for the force
AWP
by last round then
on Epsilon, but 19 kills. Great flash there into second mid, and is Scream going to get at least one frag here? It's being pressured now. Got to be careful because he had a grenade out, but somebody had just jumped straight into the apps there. He has retreated all the way back. So some early damage there, a bit of information, which is going to keep 3 people onto the A site, at least for the time being. We have aggression again down banana from them. Can't get too close though if there's a Tech 9 there, because it will make things a bit easier. Friberg is in fact the one on banana. He has a deagle. We know what he can do with those. Going to be held off for the time being as the push does come up mid. And those Rex 9s getting put to work as Xizt goes down. They could wrap, they could go straight onto the A site. Looks like it will be the latter of those two. They're up against a crossfire though. They have Scream along with GMX in the pit. GMX gets taken out though. Not his best game by any means. Scream going to have to hold on for as long as possible here. Stop the plant going down. Wait for backup as well. He's done excellent work. So many frags there. This bomb is not going to be planted. Forrest's got to go for the frags. 2 Epsilon players survive, going into the last round of the first half now. So great hold there by Scream in the pit. GMX has finally gone from 0 to 6 kills, so he's definitely on the scoreboard now. Starting to warm up. And we have the AWP back for the last round on Xizt. He's been dominating this map so far.
Yep. Huge individual plays across the board for Epsilon. They are not really dropping the ball anywhere. And Xizt again with an entry, or rather a defensive pick towards middle with that peak. And that early advantage is absolutely key. I mean, NIP are going to feel more pressure. There is, when a player peaks, for example, it can be so common that a player will try to peek from boiler or up middle. That's now much more risky, because if that player peeks to get information or a pick, but he fails and he dies, now you're in a 5-on-3, and your ability to actually win the round goes down significantly. So they have to try to play together here. There's no messing about, and you can see they selected the B push once again. Biggie goes down immediately. That's a great start here for NIP. Completely blind. I have to get the bomb down now as the re-smokes come in. But construction is held by Epsilon as they try to make their way back in, but denied by Xizt. Good work once again from him. As we have a 3-on-4 in favor of NIP. Can they hold on to B this time? Epsilon have been so good at these retakes onto this B bomb site. Xizt with the AWP, scanning for the peak. Not to be found just yet as they go aggressive, and Scream able to defend his comrade as delayed even more by the Molotov of NIP. That bomb getting further and further tick. Now this is looking good for NIP. Just a couple more frags to be found. Just buy a little bit more time, and it looks like they've done the job. Great work here as the Scream goes in with a knife, and there you go. NIP pull out a round at the end, but still things looking very dire for them with only 4 rounds on the T half. They need to pull out a monstrous result now.
Absolutely. Pistol round going to be as important as always. If Epsilon at this point grab the pistol and don't get E-code, then they will be in a very interesting and somewhat surprising position in the first map of this best of 3. Looking at the kills, Xizt, the only man to reach double figures here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Xizt 21 kills now. Scream beasting as well. So great to see him. He wasn't doing so well yesterday in terms of the frags, but today he's definitely up there, large and in charge. Only 3 deaths has been playing that pit to a T. So we've seen lots of different CT layouts on this map, and it was an interesting one from Epsilon. Again, we saw a lot of rounds where they had 3 people over to the B bomb site for an extended period of time, and a lot of rounds where we had 2 people in the pit as well. So nice to see these tactics here from Epsilon. Seem to be working well for them as well. But now they're on the more difficult side. NIP are on the favoured side, but they do need to win this pistol. Get right again with the dual elites.
I'm always very afraid of the CT pistol in this map, because it's T's play it right, and they get to the right ranges, like the close ranges with those Glocks, and they train on you. Unless you get the early frags when they're like at the mid ranges to long ranges, it gets really hard, really fast for the CTs. The chaos of the pistols, especially when you got Scream running around, that's never fun. Here we go. That's a well-timed smoke there from Get Right. Got the dualies in hand. Gonna be able to pick up 1 frag. spamming it through, and can he find anything else? So far, nothing, but that will slow things down a little bit here. That smoke making life a little bit hard, but they're going to go after him at the first oranges. Get right defends. One more frag. His teammate going to go down, and that is the bomb site now for Epsilon. 3 on 3.
To get the bomb down at Fixture. 20 HP is going to plant the bomb. 3 on 2 now, but that bomb is going to be all important, even if they lose. Let them buy a round earlier, should they choose to. Fexio, last man standing versus 3. All he needs is headshots here. He's hunting for shots, running out of bullets, gets 1 frag, but it's going to be cleaned up by the remainder of the ninjas in Pyjamas. So
this is still really dangerous, though, because when the bomb goes down like this, NIP can't really buy SMGs, because in the round after the next one, they already are going to be against AKs. So it can be like quite hard to balance that sometimes. We've got Maikelele with the Bison, but Epsilon, they only have to eco once, then the AK is going to come into play, and there's a P90, there's a Bison. I really fear for NIP if they're playing with a P90 and a Bison against AKs.
how much is Bison? Is it 1200?
I actually don't know. I don't ever buy Bison.
I think it's 12 or 1500. I think maybe the Mag 7
I'm going to go with
might
1500.
Yeah, I think it might be 15.
Is like 1200, I think.
Yeah. At least if he gets rushed, he has some chance of defense. But there is the full eco here. There's no armor to speak of from Epsilon. And to be honest, at this point, with 11 rounds in the bag, it may be a reasonable choice for Maikelele to bank on them not going for a force buy, since they can just go for the rifles and apply massive pressure in the following round. I'm not even going to ask what GMX and Uzzziii are doing right now. But that was interesting.
That was a conversation with no words. I wonder what they said to each other.
I feel like they were possibly burning time waiting for a potential CT rotation, but none will happen, not yet anyway. Going to have Maikelele, again, rather than just holding the angle, he's going to be in and out, Going to get 1 frag, and that reposition. Lots of damage coming in here from Maikelele, just racking up the kills. Let's have a look at his money now. He's going to be able to buy an AWP straight away after those frags.
So now we have the AWP, the AKs. And is he getting rid of the Bison? Yes, he's getting rid of the Bison. Okay.
So Maikelele going for the M4 as opposed to the AWP, in fact.
Yep, no, that's good. I like that just because he will have some money left over. And the economy is a little bit unstable at the moment for them. They don't have that much money, so...
Xizt rolling with the P90. I'm quite curious to see where he is going to play throughout this round with that P90. Currently on Arch with his compadre Maikelele.
This is the hardest round for NIP as well, because they lose this. It's obviously... They need eco, but they have a huge weapon disadvantage because of the previous rounds. So this is where it gets the hardest for them. If they can win this and get past this point, it will get easier and easier for NIP to actually close the distance on this advantage that Epsilon have.
Yeah, if they win this round, that distance may not seem so far. As you can see, there is nothing in the bank here for Epsilon. So 1 minute on the clock. Things going to be this clock going to be wound down by the CT team as much as possible. That said, they don't have any smoke grenades left. They do, however, have 8 flashbangs. So the counter flashes could be very, very real here for Epsilon. You can see the CTs on the B bomb site going for more passive positions as they expect a push to come in. But the entire Epsilon team is heading towards the A bomb site with potential just Biggie just making sure there are no flanks. First frag goes in favor of Forest. 28 seconds left on the clock. See Uzzzii's back not being covered as he throws his smoke over to the quad area. Rotation not coming in from the CTs yet. This could return to haunt them. Xizt getting that P90 going and the pistol. This is a fantastic hold so far from Nip. Nobody dead. Last man standing, Uzzziii still has the bomb, but with 10 seconds left, he's not going to win this round.
Yeah, really well played by NIP, and especially by Forest. I really liked the position that he took. I don't think you ever really expect someone necessarily to be up there by Graveyard, especially if you like study Forest a lot. It's not super common for him to be in that spot. And you can see their setup was actually it was weighted a lot towards Arch, which is not so usual for them. So that was really cool that they had a mix-up like that. And we're going to see Xizt with a pre-nade in middle, just to keep tabs on what's going on. Because of course he can. They know that money is screwed for Epsilon, so they're going to be against an eco. So now they can take more liberty on some of these longer range peaks for the info. And even to the extent that they can push Banana as well with a smoke. So lots of information there for NIP early into the round.
There's a smoke Xizt does from C2 spawn, which is gives them a lot of control over the top of Banana, just in front of the car. I wonder if he's doing that. We should keep an eye during the next round to see if he's throwing that smoke to allow Nip to control Banana at the beginning of these rounds. And these smokes got to be really annoying Epsilon right now. Looks like they are going to go for the push through the smoke. Get right is in a position, so if Friberg gets flashed, he won't. Going to be coming in for backup. That's the bomb going first. That's going to give the CTs lots of information, and they will rotate on that in the necessary places. Friberg to fall. Scream last man standing. Got that P250. Is capable of finding the heads here, but not on this round. It's going to be quite good for Ninjas in Pyjamas, considering 4 surviving, no bomb plant for Epsilon.
And the previous round, all of them are alive as well. That money is racking up really fast. So yeah, this is looking more solid now. They got out of the danger zone. Now, of course, it's going to take a little bit for them to eco if they do lose. But now we have the full buy from Epsilon as well. So this will be interesting. Epsilon can take a grip of the match and stop NIP from getting further ahead. They really need to get this round to stop NIP running away with that economy. And already seeing Maikelele now switching up positions, going towards B just to start things off. And we see that very commonly from Orpers. And then he rotates back towards Arch. But now with the frag onto Get Right, he has to reinforce B once again. So we have a 2-2 split here with a man on quad, a man on pit for NIP. And a very standard way that they play this. These kinds of situations. Since they're committed towards quad. Gonna back away just yet. Smokes go down. Gets taken out by Scream. Forest now, the lone man on the A bomb side. Able to take the first frag onto Scream. There's 2 more players quickly moving on towards this position. In he goes. Does get taken down by FXio. That's the bomb plant as well for Epsilon. As Maikelele and Friberg are making their way around. Can they save this round for NIP? 2 players from B. Friberg running through the fire. Looking for an opportunity. Maikelele soon to follow. They try to clear the angle, switching up for the rifle. Maikelele dropped instantly by FXio. And there you go, Epsilon with the round. Excellent play from them, and a very key round for them to win.
It was interesting positioning from Forest there. When he got the first frag on quad, he rotated himself back over towards the site to give himself more places for cover and to allow himself, if he did get overwhelmed by the numbers, to survive for a bit longer than he would if he's just engaging straight down quad, to let his teammates come in for assistance. So small things, even though they didn't win the round, definitely worth paying attention to if you are a player of the game. You're looking to kind of slow things down to allow your teammates to rotate. Normally happens on B bomb sites, but can happen on A as well. Those nades are not giving Nip a very good time. Friberg down to 70 HP, going to be in that position where we saw Get Right in the previous round. Still more nades to come, potentially, in the way of Molotovs here from the Epsilon team. Lots of flashbangs, so definitely flashbangs and smokes here for Epsilon. They're looking at set plays, but Xizt going to get the jump this time, get the first frag on Scream. That's going to be info for the team as well. You can see the rotation coming in from the CTs. They're both leaving the B bomb site, and the bomb is in a very weird place where it's looking to wrap on its own. You can see FXio, if he loses this duel, it's going to put Biggie in a very awkward position indeed.
Just got to clear position by position, but there's really not the time here. He can keep himself alive. He's got a lot of money in his hands with all the grenades, Tech 9 as well, but he cannot keep himself alive. The problem with that spot as well is that if you do try to survive, the CTs can actually, with so many people left alive, they can play it, so they can go for the frag on you after the time runs out, and that's when things get really awkward. So it's a bit of a weird spot. But 12-9, NIP able to bring things back into their favor once again. 3 rounds behind, but looking a lot better now. Maikelele ready to go for a peek. I like that little smoke there. Going to allow him to go for the peek on second middle. By this point, his team fully aware of the B push as it hits them. And we have Friberg at the back at the B bomb site, where he has been so many times before. And this is not really going so well for Epsilon, is it?
Ooh, Scream.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. The Tech 9 is ridiculous, especially in the hands of Scream. All right. 12-10, 3 players going down there. Nice result from Epsilon. I mean, That's going to really hurt the money for NIP. You can see that the drops coming in, and that's keeping them much more honest on the money. But Epsilon now looking again at a situation where if they lose, they eco, and then boom, it is already a tie game. And this is the smoke that Forest always throws for, this time it's Maikelele for the car there.
Yeah,
so
that's
really
the
nice
one
middle
we're talking
smoke.
about. So that leaves the B players with 2 more smokes as well. So this is going to be closed off for Epsilon for a very long time indeed. That's like an entire minute of smokes basically on B, which is brutal when you're trying to push sites as a terrorist.
Oh, look at that flash for Xizt. That is excellent team play from the Ninjas. Free frag, full back, textbook stuff. Forest with the re-peek there. Does get punished, but that's a 4-on-3 with GMX incredibly low. Maikelele caught by a very timely push from FXio. Took his life in his hands, took a big risk, but that's what you got to do in a spot like this. In with the pop flash, FXio on a rampage, in from the arch side. Get right, coming around library side. Wow, gets the shot on GMX. I'm not sure if he was even going for that one, but he gets it anyway. Xizt taken out as well by Pit. 2-on-2, chaos now on the A bomb site as that plant goes down from Biggie. IP making their way in slowly now, but the grenade's going to be quite annoying. But there's quite a lot of time as well, and they do have kits on both players, so it's fine. They can take their time here. Flashes all around. FXio in a good spot in the corner of the site. Head gets spotted. Friberg goes down, and FXio gets another great frag, and a second one as well. This man cannot be stopped. FXio, he saved that round.
He's on the 30 bomb.
31 frags. But the entry there onto Maikelele, and the defensive frags as well. This guy is just a machine. Every time we've seen Epsilon play lately, he's been beasting.
Nip stretched to the limit now. They've had to go for the buy. They've got all the nades they need. Lacking helmets here and there. Not sure what GMX is rolling with at the moment. He's going to be going CZ only. So definitely both teams to their limits here. But it's Epsilon who are 3 rounds away from taking the first map against Nip, who have to be the favoured side here. You can see Forrest holding the angle on Apps. He could get a bit of a spray down here, or it could go horribly wrong. We will see. But the flash is coming in from the mid area. Gets one, but it's got to run out of bullets fairly quickly. And this is a carnage here on a bomb site. 3 Nip plays left. They have to win this round. They're going to play for the retake together. Going to get out of that engagement as the bomb is going to go down here for Epsilon.
Looking so good for the French side right now. Never would have expected such a performance. As Get Right works his way around. Apartment's taking his time. But time is not really much of a favour here for NIP in this situation. Here goes Friberg around quad. Get Right as well. Now they're synchronized. In from 3 angles at once. This is the best way to do it. There is the trade from Maikelele. Oh, Biggie takes down Maikelele. Friberg, last man, finds the last one in pit, and that's it. Uzzziii goes down, but there's no time. Friberg has to run for the save. But there it is. He gets taken out by the bomb. 14-10. NIP with no money. Epsilon, they should have match point in the bag. This is very unexpected here from the French side. Epsilon against the Swedish powerhouses, NIP.
We're going to see the force here from Nip. 1 FAMAS, pistols all around. I mean, they could entirely win on the CT side. This is definitely still doable for them. Don't count them out just yet, guys.
Here we go. Grenade there from Friberg. Epsilon know all they need to do is just to take their time here. Just pick off NIP players one by one. They know they've got a huge advantage on the weapons. The firepower is in their favour. NIP need not to give anything away here for free.
If you look at the radar, you can see Nip have put 4 people with a bit of a potential rotation there from Get Right towards the A bomb site. With limited firepower, they're trying to put as much of it together as they can. They're going to have to gamble here, but look how passive Epsilon are at the moment. They're expecting an eco here, and it almost is with all of these pistols. You can see Nip using those flashbangs to try and identify where these players are and eliminate them where they can. But things starting to get a bit sinister now as Epsilon approach the most weakly defended site, which is going to be B. Get Right going to start to rotate, and we're seeing the flow of counter terrorist players heading towards that site now. Looks like they're going to get there in time, but What are they going to be able to do? That's the bomb straight away, so we're going to see more of a rotation. Almost 4 players in B now for Nip. Epsilon managed to get the bomb back, though. And we're seeing progress on the A site in the meantime. GMX now in the pit. He's spotted a player on the site as well. Can they eliminate him, though? Forest about to go down. Bomb is almost there. 6 seconds on the clock. Uzzziii is he's going to have time to get this down just about. Desperation plant there on quad. Bomb is down. 2 versus 2 now. Xizt. 1 rifle for Xizt.
Yeah.
And but he's miles away. Look how far away he is. Get right. It's the only man with the kits as well. So looking harder and harder for it. They've seen the bomb, but where are the players?
In the back of the site. Get right to go down. Xizt takes down Uzzziii at the corner of the site. Going for the player in the pit. He's low. There it is. And Get Right had a kit. He had a kit. Where is the kit? Oh no, he's not going to find it in time. And that's it. He's going to back away, try to save this this AK. But oh no, NIP going down to match point against Epsilon. This is incredible right now. I mean, Epsilon have been fragging better than I've seen them frag in quite a while. And on top of that, I mean, they're doing it against NIP.
I think looking at Epsilon last year, you had to, you know, with the whole Titan shenanigans and VAC, you had to expect it would be hard to play as a team on Epsilon when they're expecting that the team's going to be broken up by a play being snatched by Titan. But now that hasn't happened. Now Titan have a full team. There's no more kind of feeder. They're not a feeder team anymore.
Big Papa Pump.
Big Papa Pump is out. He's large and in charge. Not giving up. Oh, ninjas in pajamas. They have two rifles now, and that Nova, as opposed to just the one.
But that Nova lurking around apartments, that's going to put a huge red flag on that for Epsilon. No lurking in there now, or at least not anytime soon.
Indeed, but they can't wait too long for this push, otherwise it could turn into bedlam. They are at a one-man disadvantage already. They're all committed to the A site here. The push is starting to come in from the players. We've got the flashbangs coming in. Forest got a loiter around the smoke and try and get a flank. Push his way through. And there it is. Biggie last man saying the Nova is real. And with all that money, he's going to be able to drop for a player potentially. As he does pick up a rifle himself.
3 kills for the Nova for Forest to save the round for NIP. That's huge. I love it. I love it.
AWP comes out for Maikelele straight away. This is crunch time now. They're 4 rounds behind. Epsilon have to go for an eco. They've got 4 Glocks and a P250, so this should be a very solid round for Ninjas in Pajamas. If they can win this cleanly, they may be in good stead to bring this back into, well, to 15-15. And we do have overtime here now in the Star Series. It is MR3 16,000.
16,000. That's a repeat thing that you say after you say them.
If this goes to overtime, you have to wonder if this will be a knock on Epsilon's confidence. Because if they can take this first map, like in the next round, then that's going to be a massive confidence boost for them.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that NIP's flow has been disrupted constantly on both T and CT. Their CT setups, because of the way the money has been fluctuating, has constantly been forcing them to actually play out of their typical comfort zone. And here we go. Push coming in onto Xizt. He will go down over at quad. Forest is still there, though, playing around the truck to finish things off. And we're going to start seeing more normal setups here. Xizt, quad, Forest doing his usual shenanigans on the pit, the truck area. Maikelele
double eco
on Arch, moving freely between Arch and B. And Get Right and Friberg, obviously, on the B side. So we're going to get to see that come into play now, much more effectively for NIP. And I think that an overtime is incredibly possible right now, of course, as we're having these rounds for Epsilon, but they don't have the money. Forest with the AWP there on the timing. I guess he's going to throw that over to Maikelele now, as one would expect. There it is. They do go for the swap there, and they fall back in their positions a little bit. Maikelele now with the peek on Arch again. Pop flash for some info on Banana. And NIP seem to have a good beat now of what's going on, as they have spotted a couple players. But there's still a minute left, so still lots of time for Epsilon to do whatever they want.
It's been a while since I've seen a smoke on a truck and an eco push out of that.
Ooh, Forest going in. And he gets taken down. But that's okay. They do stop the push on the Arch side, so that's all that counts. Scream, though, managing to find himself a frag there on the bomb site. Onto Xizt, looking for the heads there, but Scream cannot find them. The headhunter himself unable to get a fast frag here, which could have created an interesting situation, but he will go down, and NIP stay alive with 3 members.
Okay, this is it now. This is where Epsilon have to win. They double ecoed so they could get the full buy. They had the rounds to do it. But if this doesn't go for them, then we may be into overtime. You can see Efexio now has the AWP, has the timing peak. Going to see the jump pass, but not going to engage. Maikelele, though, is going to get taken out by GMX. That's only his 8th kill of the match, but it's going to be a massively important one. Match point for Epsilon. It's not about what, it's about when. It
was a push on our apartments as well from Maikelele, if you didn't catch that one on the radar there. And so Maikelele with a risk, and it's hurting right now. It's hurting. That
cart saved Friberg's ass, literally. You can see the aggressive smokes there. Ninjas in Pyjamas went for a 3-man positioning on the A bomb site. Have the rotator just throwing a smoke down for Friberg as he was leaving. If those nades had cleared house, then that would have been a complete disaster for the Swedish side. Now, 50 seconds remain here, and they don't have any smokes left. They do, however, have 3 Molotovs, so they can still make life very difficult for Epsilon. Epsilon starting to creep back towards the B bomb site, but they can't wait too long because it could all go a bit crazy. It looks like they may try and sell a fake here, as we have Uzzziii and Efexio pushing B, while GMX gets another opening on A. Almost gets a second frag as well. Get right, 8 HP.
And now we're about to see why Friberg is the man entrusted with this bomb site, oftentimes by himself. Playing for the quads, can he actually make the frags to save NIP in this position? They are charging onto the bomb site, gets the first one. He's down low though, 15 health left on Friberg. Almost a second frag, but now Get Right on 8 health and Xizt have to make it work. Xizt over the coils, not quite going to connect anything. It's a bit of an opportunity there.
It's a long rotation as well for Get Right.
Going to go their way. No nades now for either side. Xizt, oh my goodness, getting Biggie to 5 health. So low right now, Xizt, looking for that peak. Oh, missing the shot, goes down to 18. Get Right already dead. And Epsilon, they take map number 1 against NIP. Unbelievable how they were able to do so well on CT to bring the game to that point. Excellently done. Very unexpected. What the hell?
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet you guys weren't expecting that. But this is, I mean, all credit to Epsilon. They're playing so much more solidly than we have seen before. And Biggie looking like a really important part of that team in the middle of the scoreboard for them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely grandeur, individual performance there by Efexio. He just kind of savaged the Swedish team in the first half of that. Did very well. Nip did very well to get back into that as well, but the deficit was just too large, and Epsilon managed to get themselves over the line just about.
All right, guys.
To the second map.
I take a breather. I'm sure you do as well. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back with map number 2 here between Epsilon and NIP for StarSeries 12.